What's going on, everyone? I'm Dave from Joe to Joe, and today I just want to show you a quick video on how we recently got over 1 million views to one of our new YouTube channels in under 2 months of posting, or just about 2 months of posting, I should say, with just one simple trick that we've been developing over the last year successfully, and a way to actually further that trick and get more out of it at the end coming your way. Before we go any further, please hit like and subscribe. You guys know the drill. It helps channels like this so much. So I don't want to waste your time. Let's get right into the info, right into the strategy, and right into the analytics into my computer right now and show you this YouTube channel. All right, guys, so this is the channel. It's called Hilarious Humans, and it's essentially just a compilation of comedians that we liked. We knew that it would get views. We had to figure out a way to get it monetized under the fair use and also maintain getting views and people wanting to watch it. Because if you just play it compilations of somebody, like a top 5 of somebody, you're not going to get monetized. They're going to claim the video and you won't get paid. So this was our attempt at that. Here's the analytics. This is the first just about 60 days, June 8th to July 28th, August 12th. So just a touch over 2 months. We got 1 million views here. Picked up 4K subscribers. And this revenue right here is actually not what it would have made on this 1 million views. It would have made more like $5,000, and I'll get to that in a second. I'll show you kind of the numbers of why that works, but this would have made about $5,000 in the first 2 months. But we became demonetized after about 3 weeks or 2 weeks when it was still on this small upward curve. Essentially, YouTube basically said, the videos you're putting out, they're not quite different. You need to change them more, giving us ideas on how to do that, which we're actually currently doing right now. This channel is maybe 2.5 months old, 3 months old now. So anyway, while we work towards doing that, and our revenue's on hold. So essentially this $1,200 revenue is what we made in the first 2 or 3 weeks. But they kept the views, or the videos stayed up. You just don't get paid for those. That is besides the point though. The point is how to get traction to a video immediately, right? Like how do you do that? That's the biggest challenge out there. How do you get views immediately? And we feel like this is the second or third time we've done this now, but we did it in a really different way this time, and it works every time. So we're very excited about that. And that, in essence, is what I'm trying to share with you in this video. This peak right here was where we got demonetized, and we halted. We said, okay, we got to halt everything, and we got to work on the videos. Let's leave them up while we work on them. And like I said, we're still currently doing that. So now we're going to get into what we did right now. So the main concept of this video is to essentially reach out to a ton of content creators on YouTube and pay them to give you end screens and community posts. You want the subscribers to be anywhere 10,000 to 100,000, because this is the window of content creators that want to monetize their videos in any way they can. And once their videos are starting to get views, their own end screens aren't as powerful as the algorithm feeding the views to the videos. The end screens are really, really powerful for new videos, and that's why you're going to offer them money in exchange for end screens and a community post to then basically ship their audience to your videos, so the YouTube algorithm will know, okay, this is the audience that wants to see the video. Let's serve it to more of these people. Now, in my experience, I reach out to about 50 plus people in a certain niche. So if it's a cooking channel, you basically want to reach out to 50 cooking channels. Again, 10 to 100,000 subscribers. If you get one with 1 million subscribers, great, but they're gonna have a lot of leverage, and you're gonna have a hard time basically paying a cheap price for jump-starting the algorithm right away. They might end up charging you way more than you're ready to spend. After you research and find all of them, you want to reach out to them via email and say, I love your channel, I love your video, you've inspired me to do the same thing. I have a channel. Would it be possible to get an end screen from one of your videos to one of mine? Also a community post. Sometimes you might get this for free. Sometimes you might get this for $50 or $100. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll offer a bulk rate and try and get it for like 20 to 30 bucks per video, per end screen and community post. And what you're gonna see happen is that at first, you're gonna see all your views, and you can look in these metrics right here, are gonna come from end screens. It's gonna say end screens. This is where your views are coming from. But as the algorithm starts to pick it up, this percentage of end screens is going to go down, and these other things like suggested and browse feature are going to go up. Now, once that browse feature and suggested and the other things are 90% and end screen is 10% or less, you really don't need that end screen anymore, and you can switch it. This essentially means the algorithm has found your audience for now, and they're serving it to the appropriate audience. your click-through rate is high enough, your retention is high enough, so your video is being served at somewhat of a consistently upward curve, if not exponential. Now, I just want to quickly go into retention and thumbnails and click-through rate because it's super important you do that so you can get that upward curve. Otherwise, the strategy is just not going to work. Your video is actually going to get buried. Much like buying fake views, YouTube is going to read the audience reacting with a low click-through rate and a low retention as this isn't valuable, and they're going to bury your video. So you want to make sure that these metrics are good, and also you want to just please avoid buying views and subscribers. It's a vanity. If it's a vanity metric and you need to do it to look legitimate or anything like that, I get it. But if it's to basically try and actually help your channel, it's never going to work. This will work. All right, and for those of you who have stayed to the end of the video, I appreciate it, and I just want to tell you our little trick that we've developed to take this concept and make it work even faster and even better. What we do is essentially create a feeder channel that is demonetized and collecting a ton of views. It can take a few weeks to a month to set that feeder channel up, but it is so worth it. So we essentially created this channel right here. It's called Horrible Human. Now, this had way more videos on at the time, but we put videos on and take videos off all the time on this in like troves, like 20 at a time. And I'll tell you exactly how we do it and why we do it. So look, top 5 Jeff Ross roast, right? Now, what we did here was basically just took the top 5 roasts. We didn't edit it. We didn't try and make it under fair use. We basically knew this channel, all of its videos are going to be demonetized, and that's okay. We wanted to get views. So now we just did a genuine top 5 compilation of this, right? And it got a ton of views. As you can see, it was published April 10th, 6 months ago. It got hundreds of thousands of views. So essentially what we did before that though, and I don't have the videos for it anymore, so it's not a great example, but maybe this is a good example. Best of mean tweets 2. So we essentially did a compilation of mean tweets, and we just basically, it took half an hour to make that video and put it up. 100,000 views in, you know what, a month now. It's 5 weeks. So this is a new one, 5 weeks ago. Essentially before that, what we were really doing that caught fire was we were taking long comedy set lists that like were kind of rare. Like the one was a Dave Chappelle that someone had filmed from the back, and we essentially cut them into separate jokes, so it wasn't an hour long. And so each joke was its own video, 5 to 8 minutes, and we would post a nice thumbnail, nice tags and titles, and essentially they would all do great. Those kind of videos do great. The problem is you don't get paid, right? But your videos are going to do great, right? Like right away, they're going to kill. Give it a few weeks at least, they'll kill. And the idea is after you get that traction to these videos, and literally you can make 10 at a time. Like I said, you cut a long video into 10 short ones, give them each a thumbnail and a title, throw them on the channel, give the algorithm a couple weeks, let them rack up views. You're not going to get paid for it, but then you point all of their end screens towards a similar video on a monetized channel. And in my experience, it's better to do the feeder channel other than reaching out to the other content creators, although both are actually the best method if you do both. But the feeder channel is more important because you can get the exact niche, exact audience of the video. A lot of times when you reach out to content creators, it takes a ton of time, like even more time, or at least the same as setting up the feeder channel. You're reaching out to hundreds or at least like dozens of content creators and striking deals, and then you're reliant on them, which videos they want to do, how much it's going to be, what their schedule's like, all this stuff like that. You don't have the control, they do. Also, it could be the right niche, but slightly the wrong audience, and that still will help you, but it won't help you like getting the exact right audience. If you can serve the algorithm the exact right audience, the algorithm can serve the exact right lookalikes, and that's how your video is going to go viral. So by creating your own feeder channel, you are literally getting the exact audience you want, having all of the control. It's super easy and quick, and I find it to be the most effective thing. It does take a little bit of time, but to be completely honest, it takes just as much time to do it just by reaching out to a bunch of content creators. Again, the best of both worlds is both. But if you're serious about your YouTube channel, take some time, create a feeder channel, take some time, reach out to a bunch of content creators, and take some time and get your metrics up. Make sure your content is good. Make sure your retention is high and your click-through rate is high as well. Above 5% and above 40% should be at least where you're aiming for. If they're not, work on it. Figure out, because that's the main thing. You can't get around that. Gotta have good content. But from there, the easiest and best way to promote it, I promise you, is to do these things. Let the algorithm do the heavy lifting and just assist it. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you found value in it. We are actually launching a YouTube course. The course is going to cover everything you need to know about YouTube, from researching ideas to scripting and storyboarding, to filming and production, to editing the video, to outsourcing all of this stuff. Thumbnails, titles, descriptions, researching, networking, multi-channel networks, and essentially how to become successful, fast, and make money on YouTube, but in a legitimate way. No get rich quick. It's going to be hard work, but if it's something that you really want to do, you can totally do it. And if you'd like our help, we can totally help you. The course is going to be $497. If you pre-register with the link below, it'll be $197. So if you're interested, click the link and sign up below and get the reduced rate so you can get started on your YouTube channel and become successful quickly. Thanks again to everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, please. And we'll see you soon. Peace.